Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright. Made it back to this side of town, North Hollywood. Had a good day of walking around afterwards. Disciplined myself to stay away from that wing stop, even though I was tempted. I stayed away. And I hope you enjoyed the content that I left y'all today. I enjoyed making it, some basketball stuff, some therapy stuff. A lot of content made today, it seems, but yeah, man, feeling pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna feel like doing my hundreds when I get in the house. Honestly, I have no idea. Right now, the answer is nah, not really. Not really, but we'll see when I get in. If I don't fix that and make it happen anyway, I don't know, but yeah, man, it's been a good day. No complaints. Yeah, man. Anyway, dog convo. But yeah, man, just happy to have gotten my therapy done today. It went well, and still had some time left over, which I appreciate the most. Usually I get in there and I'm out of there by about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I don't feel like going to Hollywood or nothing like that afterward. But since I had the time to do it today, it made for a much better experience for myself. So next time I'm gonna try to see if we can set them up from here on out to be 1 o'clock. And I know the very next time I won't be able to do that because the Laker game's at 4. Hey, y'all know how I am about the Lakers, but at least I can try to see if she can get them done earlier, because I prefer it that way, to be honest with you. And you know, it's one of those situations where, if anything, I just am glad that I got this underway, doing these therapy sessions every 2 weeks, or in this case almost every 3 weeks. I'm glad I'm doing that, because it's a lot of stuff that needed to be done in regards to my mental health, and just making sure that I'm continuing to progress in the right directions. Because a lot of times you look at yourself in the mirror, you think you're okay, but you keep going through different things in your life. It makes you feel like, I don't know if I am. I don't know, you know what I mean? Maybe the latest thing did something different. Maybe there's some old stuff coupled with what I'm going through now that's made it so that I'm struggling a little more. And some are not as self-aware as to be able to identify in that way. That's why it's important that all of us try to get somebody to speak with us about various different things in our lives, because you never know what the brain is taking on throughout the course of struggles that we just go through and get put aside, go through and put aside. But sometimes the go-through process does damage. Sometimes it really does. You can try to put them aside, maybe you find solutions, but the struggle itself provided some new type of complex or some new types of process that you have to try to work your way through. And a lot of times we aren't really taught to understand that. Maybe you had a type of argument with your mom or something, and now you got to talk your way through that. But if you had that argument and brushed it aside, maybe you don't realize that it may have done some damage. Maybe now you look at things a certain way differently because of something she said, or whatever the case may be. The point is, those are the type of things that we don't look at as mental health necessary. We don't have to address those things mentally, when a lot of times they do enough damage to make it worthy that we do. And so that's what I want to normalize with my journey, that everyone who follows me understands that is a thing, that is something to consider. It don't have to be some PTSD or some type of behavioral malfunction or some chemical imbalance that make it so it's necessary you talk to somebody. Sometimes it could just be a bad day, a really bad day that sits with you, or something that happened that almost went bad that didn't, but now you're worried in a different way because of that little bit of trauma about what can go wrong in a circumstance that is similar. You know what I mean? It's a lot of different things that the brain can do, that can take on without us really knowing it. Maybe you have bad dreams. I saw one of my Facebook friends had posted that she's been having a lot of bad dreams lately, good days, but when she goes to sleep, it's terrors at night. It's like, these are things that maybe she can try to sort through with someone. Professional can help her dig into her subconscious, or maybe tap into what it is that she's ultimately struggling with. Because it's always something that the brain is doing to try to tell us that something is awry, or depending on what type of person you may be, maybe warn us of something may be about to be awry, however that goes in your walk. But it all at the end of the day boils down to some type of brain functionality and how we best cope and address those things. So that's what I want to encourage people to do. And your faith is intact, that may be wonderful too, to help with that process. But some of us don't have that mindset straightened out. Maybe our faith is good, but maybe we don't know that we need to address some things mentally. And so that's what I hope to normalize, man. And some people, they don't react well to dangerous situations. Maybe it is some PTSD. Maybe they don't react well to, certain type of challenges, being challenged to do certain things, ego stuff that's drives us into making poor decisions with our ego. A lot of stuff like that needs to be talked through so it doesn't end up ruining things in our lives that we really don't wish to have ruined at all. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to also bring to the table. It's just the various different things that need to be addressed. And hopefully we do that. Hopefully we take my example of how I like to talk in this camera, and as you see me going through the progression of my different stages of life and these struggles that I'm going through, understand that I see the fruit within my struggles to address my mental health, to address my spiritual well-being, to pray, especially when I'm most concerned. You know what I mean? These various different things, they can bring about and promote health, that I do want to exercise regularly and eat properly, and how those things correlate to how my mind and my brain functioning is. As I used to tell y'all, it would be harder to do certain things when I was a young person. Wasn't eating properly. It was much more difficult. Try to put myself in a position to have the health necessary to just fight challenges in my mindset. It was harder to get up and move when I'm eating poorly. It's harder to convince myself to exercise when only thing that's going in my body is stuff that deteriorates it. And it's so much easier when your body's used to doing something to convince yourself when you don't feel like doing something to do something. For example, my push-up regimen. Sometimes when I tell myself I don't feel like doing push-ups, but it's easier for me to get down there and do them because I'm so used to doing them, and I'm so used to fighting that from which tells me not to. Even now when it comes to these hundreds, it's probably more likely I'll be willing to do them on days like this now than back in the day when I first got started or when I wasn't working out at all. And I was like, that for which told me not to do it, so much more prevalent. That willfulness against it would be so much more strong than the willingness to provide myself that exercise, which would only make me stronger. As we speak in circles, it's only gonna make you stronger when you start practicing defeating that for which makes you lazy, or makes you have a defeatist attitude, or makes you feel like, nah, I can't do it today, I'm cool. That for which makes you that way, it's something that you can defeat. And so you should look to, that's what I'm trying to express to you, look to defeat that by winning those battles in the moment and then returning to win those battles later. And the more you win those battles, the less they feel like battles, and the more they feel like whatever would be lesser than a battle, a struggle, or just a little resistance to becoming just steps and progress and routine. And then, it becomes habit. And so that's what I want to share with you guys. A habit is what you form when you defeat that for which is in your mind telling you you can't, and then you succeed. You turn resistance and laziness into habit. And when you start to see yourself win those battles in some areas, then you can see yourself winning those battles in other areas, and then you become master of your own entire life. You become in control of every aspect of your life that you want to. Mind, body, soul, finances, etc. And so that's the path, man. That's the path to overcome the mind, to routine and create habit within the body, and then to trust that the work put in will help magnify your resistance against that laziness. So that's pretty much what I want to say, man. I hope everybody's having a great day, a productive day, and a welcoming of change type of day. You know, telling ourselves that yes, we can do it. It is possible. I am certain that I'm capable. All those type of things. Put that into your vocabulary as you structure your growth in whatever areas you're pointed at. Put that positivity in yourself to say, yeah, I can do it. I'm going to overcome this and I'm going to do it right now. That's how you do it. And then your activity will align with that initial desire. So that's what I want to say, man. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves. BDF 44, I thank you all for watching. And I'm out.